you like, you can even do this class on your bed with your lights down low. And if you fall asleep during this class, that's okay. You're just getting some much needed rest. We're going to go ahead and begin. So sit comfortably. Let your forearms rest on top of your lap. Close your eyes. And just tune in. Notice how you are feeling. Notice where your tension is. You can soften or close your eyes. Just breathe. Let your shoulders soften away from your ears. We'll go ahead and place our left hand down onto the bed or the floor. And you're just going to gently take your right arm up and slowly reach over. Gently taking your gaze up towards the crook of your right arm, only if that feels comfortable. Slowly and gently come up and take your right hand to your left knee and take a gentle twist. We're not trying to go all the way, so your hand is still just to the outside of your hips. Continue to breathe as you turn and let your gaze be over your front arm. Slowly and gently release. Go ahead and sit back and switch which leg is in front. Again, this time you're going to place your right hand out to the side and take your left arm up. And gently just slide on over. And you don't have to go very far. Slowly and gently come up, taking your left hand to your right knee and taking a gentle twist. Slowly and gently take your gaze over your front arm. Slowly and gently untwist. Go ahead and take your left foot out and slowly come into a forward fold. You're not going very far. I'm not trying to reach out. I'm just hanging out. Just letting ourselves kind of dangle. You can rotate the ankle of your left foot. And slowly and gently come back upright. And we'll switch this and get it on the other side. So take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, just come forward. Only going as far as is comfortable for you. Doing what feels good and right in your body. Slowly and gently come back upright and bring the soles of your feet together. And if you need to scoot back a little bit, like me, feel free to do so. You're going to have the soles of your feet pressed together. We're going to take a breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to come forward. And take this time to massage your feet, starting with your big toes. And then going to your second toes and doing little circles. And then your third and your fourth. And finally your pinky toes. And then reverse the circles and work your way back up to your big toes, taking your time. And then letting your head bow forward. Slowly and gently come back upright. And go ahead and straighten your legs out in front. And just rotate your ankles. Point and flex your feet. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to lay down onto our backs. And just find a nice comfortable place to lay down. We're going to go ahead and extend one leg followed by the other. And I'd like you to take your right arm up above your head if you can. Now if you can't, you can bring it like cactus arm or even just out to the side of your body. But if you can, try to go ahead and bring it up above like you're raising your hand in school. And you're going to gently walk your legs over to the left. With your right arm reaching up, giving yourself a nice side stretch on the right side of your body. Just close your eyes. You can check in with your head if you like, gently turning it side to side. When you're ready, slowly walk your feet back back to what you think is center. Bring your right hand back down. Let it rest on your abdomen. And if your feet are dangling off too much, scoot yourself up just a little bit. Slowly take your left arm only up as far as it will go comfortably. This side I have a little trouble with, so I have to kind of play with it. And then I'm going to walk both feet towards the left. And again, I'm going to try to get this arm up above my head. But if it doesn't want to, I'm not going to force it. So now your left hand is above and your feet are going to the right. Just let it yourself melt right here. Slowly and gently walk your feet back to center and bring your hand back down to rest on your abdomen. Next, we will slowly bend one knee followed by the other. And we will cross our left foot over our right knee. We're going to let both legs fall to the left. You'll notice that my legs don't go all the way down, and that's quite all right. Slowly and gently bring them back up to center. Go ahead and let that leg cross all the way over at the knee. And now we're going to drop them in the opposite direction. This time, letting our arms fall over to the other side. Again, you can check in with your neck by turning your head side to side, or maybe changing the direction that it was turning to begin with. You can always keep your head neutral. Slowly and gently bring your knees back upright, and we will get this on the opposite side. So now cross your right foot over your left knee and let both knees fall to the right. You'll notice that one side will give a little bit more than the other. And as always, never go to the point of pain. If you need to have that knee propped up a little bit, you may do so with your hand or a pillow or a blanket. Slowly and gently bring your knees upright. Cross that leg all the way over and take it to the opposite side, letting your opposite arm go in the opposite direction. When you're ready, slowly bring your legs back to center. Both feet are on the bed, and we're going to gently tilt our pelvis. So all you're going to do is tilt and release. And you're not raising your hips up off the bed, but you're gently tilting and releasing. I don't know that you can see the actual movement that I'm doing, but hopefully you can. And it's just nice and gentle, and a gentle release. We'll do this a few more times. This will be the last time we tilt and release. Go ahead and bring your left knee into your chest. And you can keep your other leg bent if you like, or you may extend it. And if you can't grab it at the top of your knee, you can always grab behind your thigh. But just whatever is comfortable for you. Squeeze it into your chest. And then release without letting go. Squeeze it in once again. And release. One more time. And release. You're now going to take your right hand to the outside of this left knee. You're going to let your left arm fall, and you're going to take this knee over to the right. You're going to raise this whole left hip up off the bed as you twist over to this side. You can let your left arm be down in A. It can be up by your head, but just let it be comfortable wherever it is at. Slowly and gently roll back onto your back. Hold on to this knee a little bit longer. And then just release that foot down. Go ahead and bend your other leg up. And again, if you need to readjust how you are on the bed, in case you're falling off, it's all right. Go ahead and bring the other knee up. Again, you can keep the left knee bent, or you can extend it. You can slowly bend it into your chest and release. Bend it in and release. One more time. And release. You're going to take your left hand to the outside of your right knee and cross it over to the left, letting your right hand go out somewhere behind you. And you can turn your head whatever it feels comfortable to be. Just let yourself be right where you are. From here, I don't want you to roll back to center. I want you, the best way that you can, to roll over on to your stomach. You'll come up onto your elbows. And I'm going to give you a few minutes to get here. Again, you may change your positioning on your bed to whatever feels most comfortable to you. Or if you're on the floor, you can put a blanket down. But you're going to be up on your elbows, and your elbows are going to be directly under your shoulders. Start with your hands are in prayer. And I want you to just bow your head towards your thumbs. And then gently lift your head up. It's not very high. And then you'll bow it in. And lift it back up. One more time, bow your head. You can let your brow rest on your thumbs if you like, especially if you're on the bed. You've got that extra cushion. And slowly come back up. We're now going to place our hands directly below our shoulders. And you're just going to lift up just as much as you can. And it may not be a whole lot because your bed might be extra soft. And then you're going to come down. And then push back up. It's very little lift, not big at all. And come back down. One more time. Lift and come back down. This next time, we're going to lift up into all fours. So you're going to push yourself up and send your hips back. And hopefully I'm not going to slide off my bed. That would be very embarrassing. But we're going to do a couple of cat-cows. So make your hands be comfortable. So if you need to be in fists because you're on a soft space, that's fine. Or your hands can be flat. And you're just going to gently look up and then around like a cat. Gently look up, let the belly drop, and then round like a cat. 2 more times. Nice and gentle. Last one. Arch. And then come to a neutral back. I'm going to turn a little sideways, hoping that you can better see me. All I'm going to do is take my knees wide. Let my toes touch. Sink my hips back towards my feet. And you can either let your arms come forward like this, or you can fold your forearms and let your head rest on your forearms. And don't worry if your hips don't meet your heels of your feet. It's okay if they're up a little bit. Not everybody has the same range of motion. And it's okay. You can turn your head one way for a couple of breaths, and then turn it in the opposite direction for a couple of breaths. slowly and gently come up onto your hands and knees. And then I want you to find yourself back in a seated, comfortable position. Again, taking your time. We're going to bring our hands to our heart. Going to take a couple of breaths here. Slowly let your hands come onto your knees. And you're going to gently lean to one side and come forward and do circles. Doesn't matter which direction you chose because we will reverse. And you may notice if you're doing this on your bed, you really get a bigger range of motion because the surface that you're on gives to your movements. Alright, we're just going to reverse without switching the feet. So now let's just go in the opposite direction. One more circle. Alright, come upright. You're going to bring the soles of your feet together once again. And I hope I have enough room here. I'm not used to doing it on this bed like this, so I'm going to slowly lay down with my feet together. Find where you're comfortable at. Make any adjustments that you might need. Now, if having your legs like this and your feet are a little bit further away from your hips, if that causes too much stress, you can bring your feet closer and see how you feel that way. And if you need to, you can gather blankets or whatever and squish them up underneath your thighs to give you a little bit more support. Let your hands fall away from your abdomen. As you lay here, slowly begin to touch your thumb tips to each of your fingertips and go back and forth through all of them. I want you to imagine that you're near a window, that you can hear birds chirping softly. I want you to imagine that you can hear the crickets beginning to sing as evening approaches. Don't worry if you stop touching your fingertips to each other. Maybe you decide to rest on just one. Slowly and gently extend your legs out. Let your feet fall open. Your eyes are closed. Your breath is calm and steady. You can feel the weight of your body pressing against the floor or the bed. Keeping your eyes closed, I want you to wiggle the toes of one foot. Maybe you rotate that ankle. First in one direction and then the other. Point and flex that foot. And then let it relax. Let's do the other foot. Wiggle those toes. Maybe you rotate that ankle. And as always, go in the opposite direction. Point and flex that foot. And then let it ragdoll. Take a moment and tuck your shoulders up underneath, your shoulder blades back up underneath you, opening your chest a little bit more. And then untuck them and let them just fall open. Begin to wiggle your fingers. Really stretch them out. And yawn if you want to. And then you can begin to move your feet once again and rotate your ankles. Go ahead and clasp your hands together, interlace your fingers, and just push your arms up to the ceiling, straight up from your chest, at chest level. Your fingers are interlocked. You can slowly raise those arms up above by your ears, and then bring them back down. They're still interlaced. Palms are facing the ceiling. Bring them down to your abdomen, and then just release. Just ragdoll. If your eyes are closed, keep them that way. If they're not, you're going to see me moving. I don't want you to move. I want you to stay resting with your eyes closed. Rest of the class, I'm going to guide you, and I'm going to put myself into darkness. You still might be able to see me, maybe, maybe not. I might get a little closer. But I want you to close your eyes, keeping them closed. I want you to focus on the sound of my voice. Take a breath in and sigh it out. Take another breath in and sigh it out. And you have one of two options. You can stay laying down where you are if you're on your bed, or you can choose to sit up. We're not going to end the way I normally do, with a lot of stretches and waking up of the body. But if you are coming to a seated position, place your hands in prayer in front of your heart and bow your head. If you're choosing to stay laying down, find your most comfortable position. You can lay onto your side or curl up with your pillow, or whatever is most comforting and secure for you. I want you to focus on your breath. A breath in, a sigh out, a breath in, a sigh out. For a moment, I want you to take your focus off of the sound of my voice. I want you to focus only on the sounds that are in your room. Maybe it's the air conditioning or a fan. Maybe it's the sound of your own breath. I want that to be your focus. Same goes for the people who are sitting up. Focus only on the sounds that are in your room. Now focus on the sounds that are outside your room. Continue to breathe. Inhale and exhale. Maybe you hear a TV. Maybe you hear sirens. Maybe you hear kids playing outside. Whatever it might be. Focus on the outside sensations. Let them fill you. Take 3 full breaths here. The light in me honors the light in each of you. I hope that you enjoy tonight's evening class. And until I see you next time, peace out and sweet dreams.